think Flex mentioned that maybe Deandre Ayton just needs a new coach and a new system. And I want to repeat that, a new system, offensively and defensively, new philosophies and all that. This is just a random tidbit that I screen capped. And we sort of talked about this already, but this comes from ESPN. Sources told ESPN that Ayton's teammates have shared their coach's frustration. So clearly this is like before Monty Williams got fired. Sources have told ESPN that Ayton's teammates have shared their coach's frustration with what they perceive to be inconsistent effort and aggression from the 7-footer. Ayton would be excited about a fresh start with another franchise, sources told ESPN. Let's reread that last part. Ayton would be excited about a fresh start with another franchise, sources told ESPN. The Suns are expected to aggressively explore the trade market for him this summer. So yeah, you guys, I guess what I was trying to say before I went on my little tangent just now and all that is, and I've said this so many times, you guys, I sound like a broken record. I sound like something that's just on constant replay. Deandre Ayton is one of the most frustrating, and I don't even know what the word is. He's one of the most frustrating Phoenix Suns players in Suns history, simply because of his height and weight. And as Flex mentioned, as we all know, whether you've watched one Deandre Ayton game or however many Deandre Ayton games, the untapped potential. And I've said this a lot. I don't want to put unrealistic expectations on Deandre Ayton. That's just not fair. But the man gets paid what? It's 3 years now, maybe 3 years, 135 mil, whatever his contract. He's getting paid over $100 million, right? Either way, he's getting paid millions of dollars. I don't know what the number is. Someone fact check me in the comments, please. So the point being is there's so much untapped potential. You're getting paid millions of dollars and you're putting up 16 and 10 on whatever shooting percentages, and you're not setting hard screens, and you're not, I understand that he's a little more finesse than he is power, but you're not throwing down these rim rocking dunks. I know that Nikola Jokic is unguardable, but you're getting cooked by Jokic nearly every game. For example, you had a terrible game 3 in the playoffs, and you bumped heads with your coach, whether that was his fault or Monty's fault. And you showed up to media day. Remember last media day when Deandre Ayton was kind of just sitting, and I'm doing this as an example if you're watching, kind of sitting back like this and giving short answers and yes, no answers. And the body language and the vibe was just off. And what else am I forgetting about with Deandre Ayton? Untapped potential. I think that sums up Deandre Ayton right there. Like, he could just be so much better. And when I made that YouTube short and that TikTok about, Flex's tweet about Ayton and the 3rd pick, some people were not happy about that because they're like, why the hell would Portland trade the 3rd pick for Deandre Ayton? This is stupid. La, 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 la. I was like, don't kill the messenger, y'all. I'm just playing sort of like I'm doing right now. I'm just playing messenger, y'all. I wish I had all the answers for you. I wish I had a great trade, a better trade than we've gotten in this 32-minute live show so far. By the way, we're going to go over one more trade. That's how crazy this speculation and rumors are right now. The Suns were eliminated on May 11th. By the way, my birthday was May 12th, by the way. So happy birthday to me. Suns were eliminated on May 11th. That was 10 days ago at the time of this recording. Since then, Monty Williams was fired. Matt Ishbia, quote, is taking control, which I have some thoughts on that. I've sort of talked about it. And now, fast forward a few days later, we have all these Deandre Ayton trade rumors. So I guess where I'm going with all this is it's not really a coincidence necessarily that Flex has been saying this stuff about Ayton, and that, one of his takeaways was, it is a possibility that the Suns could move on from Deandre Ayton. Maybe Deandre Ayton needs that to be unlocked. Clearly, and I've made videos about this, I made live shows about this. Clearly, there was something between Ayton and Monty Williams. I don't know what I was doing right here with my fist. Headbutting is what I was trying to say. They clearly headbutted. They clearly did not like each other. And it's sad to say that. It really is. I don't know what caused it. We may never know what really caused the Monty Ayton. Monty Ayton. We'll never know what caused that headbutting and that dislike. Now, I think at the end of the day, they did like each other, or at least respect each other. It's kind of like when you respect someone, but you don't really like them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you work with a coworker, or maybe for you younger people, you have like a classmate or whoever who you just don't really like, you don't really get along. You don't really mesh that well. I was listening to one podcast recently, and I was reminded that Monty Williams was not there when Deandre Ayton signed his extension. Heck, Robert Sarver was there. You know what I mean? I honestly forgot about that, to be honest. Now, again, in all fairness, maybe Monty Williams was doing something. I forgot about that. I forgot that Monty Williams wasn't there. And maybe he was busy that day. Who knows? We don't know what goes on in these people's lives when it's either the off season, or they're not practicing, or there's no shoot around or media, whatever the case may be. But that is a little weird. You would think that your number one overall pick being signed is worth taking a trip, in the car or whatever, to at least be present. You know what I mean? I don't really know where I'm going with all this, you guys. But these Deandre Ayton rumors are definitely surfacing for a reason. I mean, look at this live show here. In about 27 minutes, I've gone over a few rumors and things that people who are connected in the NBA, either they're coming up with hypothetical trades, or they're hearing things like Flex from Jersey's been hearing. And it's definitely crazy. This is happening for a reason.
Half the people I talk to think that Deandre Ayton just needs a new coach, some new structure, and just needs to take a deep breath and let things calm down, and that his future in Phoenix could very well still be in Phoenix. And then there's the other side that thinks that a change of scenery for both sides is best, for Deandre himself as a person, for him to kind of recalibrate, and for the Suns to move on and get away from all this nonsense that's been floating around with Deandre in the last couple of years. So to answer that question, I do think there's a possibility he could be back, but if I'm basing this on the conversations I'm having, I think it's more likely that they part ways and they move on from Deandre eventually.